In Ghana, I decided to take a walk to Jamestown to visit the old prison, one of their fort that has so much history. So come with me and let's all learn together some important history about this fort, old prison in Jamestown.
It's just a normal fort built by the Dutch
Okay.
in the year 1649.
Okay.
But it all started with the acquisition of this land.
Okay.
The British wanted to buy this land because they were trading in this area. So they wanted to buy this land.
Okay.
But then over the years, the relationship between the chief and the people of this area and the British was very bad.
Oh, okay.
So when they wanted to buy the land, the chief decided not to sell the land to them.
Okay.
Later on, the Dutch came. The Dutch coming here, they just wanted to expand their territory in terms of trading. So when they also showed interest in this land, it was sold to them. So they bought the land here. First, it was sold to them on a contract base for a certain period of time. So they built a small factory here, which they call the Barakun, which means small Accra. Yeah. So the fort that they built, it wasn't really for the slave trade at first.
Okay.
But then a place where they can keep their goods here. Later on, there was a new chief who came.
Okay.
And the new chief was the one who sold the land to the Dutch permanently. So when they bought the land permanently, the building that they had built at first was expanded into a fort. And they named it Fort Krefke.
Okay.
So the Krefke is not a Dutch word, but then it's a French word, which means broken heart.
Okay.
But because it was the name of one of their fortresses in the Netherlands, they decided to name their fort here Fort Krefke.
Okay.
So when they built the fort itself, that is when some of their slaves were kept here. I said some because most of their slaves were kept at the Elmina Castle.
Okay.
So some of them were just kept here, including their other goods that they were here to trade. But then this did not sit well with the British. So years after the Dutch had built their fort, after they've established themselves, the British waged a war against them. And this war started in 1780 and ended in 1784. At the end of the war, the fort had been destroyed. But then the British did not win the war. That was because the Dutch actually got help from the chief and his people. So they were able to defeat the British. But that did not stop the British from fighting them. And then 2 years after the war ended, that was 1786, the Dutch brought in their architect and this place was rebuilt. And they continued with their business here.
So this one, British people came and they built everything again.
Yeah, so before
they damaged everything.
Yeah, before even the British came in, the Dutch rebuilt the place. And they continued with their trading here. So the war between the Dutch and the British went on for years. Until in 1862, an earthquake happened in this area, leading to the collapse of the fort. During that same time also, the Dutch moved their people who were here back to the Elmina Castle because they needed reinforcement at the Elmina Castle. So the people who were left behind here could not really facilitate the trade that was going on. So the place was left partially abandoned. Years later, the Dutch decided to sign this place off. So they went on an agreement with the British to sign a treaty. And the treaty stated that because both parties all have forts built at the coastal areas of Ghana, these forts must be redistributed. So after the redistribution was done, that is when the British were able to claim this land. So when they claimed the land, they did not go ahead to build anything that they want. But according to their governor at that time, who proposed a building project. So this governor was Sir Gordon Gorgesbeck. He proposed a building project, and the building project included building of schools, hospitals, markets, and prisons.
Okay.
So the school that he built is what we have as Achimota Secondary School.
Ah.
The market is the Makola Market.
Market, okay.
And the hospital is the Kolegu Teaching Hospital. And the prison is this particular prison here.
Okay.
So in 1868, they had built the prison here and renamed it from Fort Krefke to Ussher Fort Prisons.
Okay.
So it was named after the person who helped the British to
too.
acquire this place. It was called Mr. Ussher. So they named this place after him. So from 1868, that is when the British started using this place up until Ghana gained independence. Then the Ghana government came and took over this prison,
Okay.
making this place the first official prison after independence.
Okay.
So they also used this place as a prison until UNESCO in 1979 listed 28 of our forts,
Okay.
3 castles and other historical sites as part of the World Heritage Sites. So in Ghana now, when you go on the internet or when you go to UNESCO site, you will see Ghana having 28 forts and 3 castles. But in actuality, Ghana had more than 60 forts.
Okay.
But what has been listed for the world
For
to
the
see
world to
is
see.
28 and 3 castles.
Okay.
So when we got that status, prisoners were still here. The prisoners were here doing everything like the normal prisoners would do until in 1993 they decided to shut this place down. All the prisoners were moved out from here to various prisons and no one was permitted to come and live here. Only government workers coming in here just to maintain this place. So no one was here until the early 2000s. The president at that time allowed some refugees from South Sudan to come and seek refuge here for some few years. And after they also left, no one was permitted to come and live here. Yeah, so it was just something on a heritage site under the government. Since it got its heritage status, people come here just to learn about the history of this place. People also come here for various researches and all that. So now what we use this place for is to just give guided tours to visitors, whether Ghanaians or foreigners. We also organize educational programs as well at
For
this
schools?
place. Yes, where we invite some schools to come and participate here. And also people come here to hold exhibitions, people come here to shoot movies, people come here to shoot music videos. So we have various, we have various people coming, Eugene, Sister Fia, Nasi, all of them come here to come and shoot movies. Yeah, so that is what we do here. But then, unless you've been given the permission before, you can come here to come and shoot your movie. So most of the spaces that you'll be seeing here are cells. So we have the political wing, which is this block right here. Then we have vocational block, and we have cell block A and cell block B over there. So the political wing was where politicians were kept. So before independence, those who were kept here were people fighting for the freedom of the country. After independence, those who were kept here were still politicians. So we've had people like former President George Bush, also former President, the late Jerry John Rawlings. We've had Honorable Nabila Tamakule. All these people were once prisoners here. So this block here was divided into 2 parts. So you have the first floor and the down floor here. But over the years, the cells at the top were converted into offices. So we just
use
have
the down
4 here. So the ones down here, the people who were kept here were people who had something to do with the military or were in the military. And those who were at the top were people who had nothing to do with the military. So those who were down here were chained. And those who were up there were not. So that is the difference between this
down
block.
the top.
Yes. And the cells you'll be seeing down here is very different from
the other ones.
Because this one has a kind of a bigger space than the other cells that you have here. So let's go. Don't come in the same size because the next cell is quite bigger than this one. The third one is bigger than these 2 cells as well. So you can see the hook up there. So the second cell has the hook and the ring on the floor. So it means every single person who was here was chained. Yes, and also you don't have a lot of people put in one cell. Because they just gave them, maybe they gave them the respect as being politicians. So most of these politicians were brought here because of their involvement in a coup d'etat. That is why most of them were brought here. So according to research or according to interviews, Ussher was here at the age of either 32 or 33 years old. He was the Minister of Foreign Affairs at that time. So he was arrested. After his government was overthrown in the coup d'etat. Then in 1979, we had former President Jerry also coming here because he staged a coup d'etat. So he was found guilty. Then on the 3rd of June and the 4th of June, he was broken out from this place. So he's actually one of the few people who was able to just leave this place here. Yes, and we've had other people as well. So those who were here were chained because of the reasons why they were brought here, because of a coup d'etat. And when you are working with the military, you are put down here. When we are not working with the military, you are taken to the top. So for this case here, even though you do every other thing else with other prisoners, in here you have some space to yourself. You can move about yourself because you don't have a lot of people crowding all the cells here. So in here there was no light, but the lights were outside the cells.
This was the ventilation.
This was the source of light and everything. So you don't have it inside. There was no fan here. There was nothing of that sort here. Because when the British ruled this place, they did not add funds here. So when the Ghanaians took over, this place was just a normal prison in a country. So they did not add any other special thing. You are a prisoner, that's why you are brought here. You are brought here to enjoy comfort. So there was no fan in here, the lights were outside the cell. So during the day you are out, then you are brought in here during the night. So that's the different treatment between those who were on this block and those who were on the other side. So when you get to the other side, you see from the side of the room that this place was much spacious than the other cells that we have here. So the whole cells that we have here, the block with the smallest cells is the condemned cell. So the condemned cells are the smallest cells that we actually have on this place. So the same for them. So that's the toilet.
What about the ladies?
The ladies.
Or ladies wasn't brought here?
So it was like the ladies who were here were few.
Okay.
So it was like after everyone had done their own, then
before
the
the
ladies
ladies
come out. So here we have.
So it was mostly
a church.
it was mostly men.
Yes.
Okay, male
Here we
prison.
have a church. So Nassis Asibla, this is what it was shown. Then here
Who?
we have one of our musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shot his music.
Oh, right.
Then here we have what was supposed to be a mosque.
Okay.
So the Sudanese refugees who were here, they were trying to build a mosque here.
Yeah.
But when this place had already gotten its heritage status, no one was permitted to build.
Ah.
Also, the building we have there is like a cafeteria where the prisoners were sent to eat. Here we have a typical Ghanaian traditional kitchen. So this is where they were trying to cook the prisoners.
So they cook the banku for them, yeah? Were they cooking banku at that time for them?
No.
Oh, they were eating white man food.
Rice and porridge.
White man food.
Yeah. So here you have like where they were preserving their food, the fruit and vegetables. This is a storage room here. This is where they were mostly doing the cooking and washing.
Yeah.
And here we have a grinding stone.
Okay.
Okay.
The grinding stone here. So every setting here was like a typical traditional kitchen in Ghana. Right here, so you have there, so you can see the middle part here is actually where they grind the pepper and everything right here. So you have the kitchen here, you have the cafeteria over there. So the kitchen was actually facing another cell block over there. So very soon this place will be under renovation, so it will shut down again.
What are they going to do? They're going to rebuild and reconstruct?
Yes.
Okay.
They'll have to maintain the fort here.
So they will shout everything.
Yes, everything. The contract had already been awarded, so the contract
Is this a hole?
This is a cell.
Okay, is this condemned?
It's like the first one.
Yeah.
So that's block A, this is block B.
Right.
You can see the sign up there.
Ah, right,
So
yeah.
block A has a total number of 36 cells. Block B has 36. And in each cell, you could have a maximum of 15 to 20 people in one cell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this place is way smaller than the physical cell.
Oh,
Yes.
how it's
So
supposed
this
to
is
be.
very, very small. So as you can see, the panels over there, someone's about to have an exhibition. So that's why we have like the panels and everything over there.
So the condemned cell.
Yeah, the condensed cell is outside. So you can tell by the windows.
Okay, the top one are the condemned.
Yeah, so the top one
that
is
would
a
mean that when
condemned
you
cell.
go there-
So when you go there, it's either you'll be
Die.
executed or you'll be staying here for life. So the execution was mostly done by hanging the prisoners in a room here, which is the execution. And here you have a tunnel. But then it was supposed to be, or it was a mechanic room,
Okay.
turned into an execution room where the prisoners were hanged to death.
Is it?
So it's just right beneath the condemned cell.
Okay.
So when it's time, they just bring you right
Down.
into the cell here to be hanged to death.
Oh
It
dear.
was structure that when you stand, they just pull it there.
Yes. But then that's not why they built this.
I understand.
They built it for mechanic
Mechanic stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Are you sure now?
Yes.
Eh.
It was something else before the British thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here you have like more cells, and also here you have like a burial ground also. So this
Burial.
place was a sacred ground for the people of this area.
So when they died, when they condemned them over there, they buried them here?
No, it wasn't the prisoners who were buried here. It was
It
the
was
chiefs.
before.
So before
Right.
they sold the land, they were burying their chiefs here.
Okay.
That is more reason why they never.
Is it
sold the
inside
land.
there?
Yeah, it's inside there.
Can we?
Yes, you can go to it. So anytime they are having a war festival,
Omo. Oh. So there you have it.
Where? This side?
yeah,
Ah, okay.
So this is, according to the tour guide, the land used to be a burial ground for chiefs. Okay. Ah.
when you're having their festival, this place is very, very busy
Okay.
for the whole month. Yes.
The Omo.
Yeah, the Homo. It's a big festival.
I know.
So here we have the main gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where they come.
Yes.
That's the main
So
gate.
this used to be the entrance.
Okay.
To the So you have the first gate, you have the second gate before you enter
The
the
small-
fort itself.
Okay.
That's how it is at Ussher Castle. You have the first gate, you have the second gate before you enter into the castle itself. So the same applies to this place. So everything we have from here to the top floor is actually
So here used to be what?
residence. So this place was a private residence. Like their bedrooms were here, but they blocked the bedrooms because of the renovation.
So this used to be the Dutch and the English
Yes.
resident.
We all stay here, yes.
Yeah.
And up there you have like their offices.
Thunder fire them. For real.
So here you have their offices, which actually is storage spaces. Then you have
You see? They have all this. And they put your people there, my people, to suffer. Thunder fire them. Yes. Look at that. See? Yeah. My chest is beginning to hurt me now. I'm telling you. Come breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, so this place is basically like a gallery. So we have maps that talks about how the Europeans were moving, and that's how the Uber is actually the biggest or the oldest slave castle in West Africa.
This one is this one.
No.
Oh, it's not here.
It's in the central region.
Okay.
It's in Cape Coast.
Okay, in Cape Coast. Oh, that's Elmina, yeah?
Yes, that's a
I was there, man. Stinking and dirty place.
yes.
Yeah, horrible.
Yes.
Yes.
The snow has been there for years.
It's not even the smell, the memory,
Yeah.
the stink.
Yes.
You understand?
So
Well, I hope you've learned some important history and information there. And if so, please make sure you share. This is Freestyle, aka Clarence from Fairy Radio in London.